In this video, we will look at the compatibility of PetaSuite genomic data compression software with CLC Genomics Workbench. First, we're going to look at PetaSuite as a software. So in a Linux environment, we'll look at the PetaSuite software. It's very easy to install. It takes about 10 minutes. Once it's installed, you can just type PetaSuite, and you can see the options here. Here's the version. This is Cloud Edition, which means it can reach files that are in the cloud in Amazon, Google, Microsoft, as if they were local files. It's very simple to compress files. It's PetaSuite, some options, a file name. It compresses either BAM or FASTQ data. You can also use it to decompress if you ever want to. There's modes for losslessness, validation. We do an MD5 match on all files so that you can verify that it's the same data going in as out. And each of the options in this help menu has a full explanation as to what they do. Okay? So let's look at some data. Here in a data directory, we have a BAM file and a FASTQ gzip file, about 4.7 gigabytes on the BAM file. This is a NovaSeq exome, and 3.1 gigabytes on the FASTQ for the same file. Keep in mind this is already gzipped, and the BAM files are internally gzipped. We're going to specify a compressed directory, and what we're going to do is do PetaSuite-C for compress, set a destination path to the compressed directory, and choose a BAM file. The compression takes a few minutes. In the video here, we've accelerated that. Now we'll compress the FASTQ file. Again, this is already a gzip file. For the BAM file, we get about 70% reduction in the file, 100% lossless compression. If you do an MD5 sum on that file, it's the same as the data going in. And there's the PG BAM. That's the compressed file. In a moment, I'll show you how that file is going to look and act like the original file. So now let's do PetaSuite-C on a FASTQ gzip file, specifying the destination path to the compressed folder. So we're compressing already gzip file. It takes a few minutes. In the video here, it's accelerated. It's done. Here we get about 50% compression on the FASTQ file, FASTQ gzip. That's pretty remarkable compression, 100% lossless. Here, let's take a look at the data in the compressed folder. We see here we have this PG BAM file, which is the compressed BAM file, and we have a FASTQ file, which is the compressed FASTQ file. You never actually interact with these files. I'll show you in a moment how we're going to load the PetaLink library. All we do is set an LD preload to the PetaLink library, and from now on, the environment will show those compressed files as the original files. So that's done. Let's take a look at the original data folder. Here we have the original BAM and FASTQ. Let's take a look at the compressed folder. And here we have the virtual files. So here's a virtual BAM file. It looks and acts just like the original. So that's the original. 4.7 gigabytes. This is the virtual file, which points to the compressed file, and all your applications will interact and see that BAM file. So there's no integration with a new file format. If your existing tools and pipelines work with BAM and FASTQ gzip data, they work with these virtual files. In fact, all Linux commands and operations work as well. So let's go into that compressed directory. Here's the virtual files. I'll show you how we can use a tool like SAMtools to interrogate these files. So we'll do samtools view on the virtual BAM file. So we just call it like the original, .bam, and there you go. You view the file directly just as the original BAM file. And for fastqgzip, you can use less, a Unix command, as a way to look at that file. If it were gzipped, here we're pointing to the virtual file, and it will act just like the original. So we're in the compressed directory. We pointed less to the original file, to the virtual file, and it works just like the original. This is true for all applications, which I'll show you in a moment. The CLC Genomics Workbench will see those virtual files as the original files. So let's switch over to CLC. Here we go. Here's the data directory. We're going to import some files. So we'll go to the file system, the dialog box here, to import a BAM file. And we're going to look at the directory. And here we are in the data directory and the compressed. And here are those virtual files. They look just like the original BAM and FASTQ files. So that was the original, and these are the virtual. They look identical. They act identical. You can import the virtual files as if there was as the original. So there's no need to decompress PetaGene compressed files before you use them by applications. This is a key feature. We didn't want clients to have to be able to decompress files, to put them in a staging area, to keep an additional copy. You can just use them as the native data. And with Cloud Edition, you can even stream from Amazon or Google or Microsoft directly to your application. Or you can even stream from an object store, from NetApp or Dell, directly to bring data into these applications. So we're importing the BAM file. That's done. There they are. There's the paired reads and the unpaired reads. Let's go and import the FASTQ file. Here we go. There's the original. There's the compressed. There's the virtual file that looks and acts just like the original fastqgzip. We're going to import that. And it's importing and processing just as if it were native data. Again, no need to decompress PetaGene compressed files before applications use them. The advantage here is you work off the compressed data, you get that 70% savings on BAM files, 50% savings on FASTQ files, and it doesn't interrupt your production workflow. So here we're importing. This takes several minutes in CLC, but we're accelerating it in the video. Almost done. So what we've shown here is, there we go, is PetaGene compression is very simple to compress files. Once they're compressed, they're bit for bit the same as the original, so you can safely replace the original, and you can use those compressed files in all of your applications just as if they were native data. And what we didn't show here is that they also speed up processing, which we can show you in a different video. Thanks for watching. Contact us at sales@PetaGene for a software evaluation. We'd be happy to give you fully functional software to try out on your own data in your own institution. Thank you.